Hey guys, welcome back to the AJ Analysis channel and yet another live stream. Like I said the other day, we are going to be doing this on a much more regular basis from now on. Today, we can discuss, like the other day, pretty much whatever you want. Excuse the pixelated quality of the managers above me. Not sure why the picture is such poor quality, but hey ho, it is. Today we are going to be largely, if I can get up here, largely going through our Premier League predictions. I want you guys to get involved in chat. We will be doing loads of polls so you guys can vote. But yeah, that's the plan for today. We can also discuss pretty much anything you want. The state of Newcastle, Manchester United, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, literally anything you guys want. So if you have any questions, get in chat. Good to see some of you guys joining back in. First things first, let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Are we having any audio problems or are we all good? If someone could just drop a little chat in, drop a message in chat, let me know if you guys can hear me properly, and then we can get started. But in the meantime, how is everybody? What have you guys been up to the last few days? What pieces of content have you been enjoying? What have you made of the world of football in general? Hi E, good to see you again, mate. Perfect, glad you can hear. Thanks for the help. Yeah, what do people want to talk about today? Like I said, we can do our preseason predictions today. That is my plan. I already have an idea in mind of what I think the table will be like, and I've got it written just under. I'll give you a sneak preview. It looks something like that. But yeah, I'm going to get your guys' opinions on all of that. But like I said, we can talk about pretty much anything. If you guys want to talk about Manchester United, we can. We can talk about Todibo news in the past few days, for example. Amrabat news, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay. But then also, for example, the structure at Liverpool. Literally anything. So if you've got any questions, let me know in chat down below. Good to see you, FP. We have our stat man today, everybody. We have our stat man. So if you have any questions about stats, that's your guy for it. So it's going to be a good stream. First couple of questions coming in. Oh, it's a difficult question as well. Straight away, let's get the tactics board up to discuss it. Someone asking Dallo or Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's a heater of a first question of the stream, because that's probably the most difficult question to answer at Manchester United at the moment. My personal opinion is Dallo still. I know he gave that ball away horribly the other day, but I still think he's more technically proficient than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so I think he's still probably better suited, although maybe we'll discuss it a bit more in depth in this stream once people are about. It's also something I might do a video on it. I covered it a few weeks ago. Maybe we could go through it again if enough people want it. But if they don't, that's fair enough. Am I going to do individual honours too? Yeah, we can do Golden Boot. We can do Golden Glove. We can do things like, I don't know, what else, top assister, anything like that. We can do pretty much anything you guys want to talk about. We can do that for Manchester United specifically, or we can do that for the Premier League in general. We can discuss a bit of the Champions League if you guys want to. We can do pretty much anything. Yeah, FP saying doesn't think that either Dallo or Wan-Bissaka are part of the long-term plan at the club. I think that's maybe fair to assume, or I think maybe one of them is. And someone else asking, do I think we should sign a new right-back next summer? The situation I see is probably that Wan-Bissaka and Dallo battle it out this season. Whoever is the better of the two will get to stay. The other one probably gets moved on next summer, and then you maybe try in a top-level right-back. I was saying the other day that I think, that there's a few right-backs I want to look at during the season, so there will be plenty of scouting for United videos this season where we will be looking at right-backs. What does a good season entail, in my opinion? For Manchester United, similar to last season, if you can get third in the league again, if you can go deep in cup competitions, ideally win one of them, an FA Cup, something like that would be nice. Good Champions League progression, for example, the quarterfinals. But I think what might be really important for the team is almost hitting a similar amount of points, but doing it in a different way, playing a nicer brand of football. I think that's a big step which Ten Hag wants to take. So if United, for example, literally finished on the exact same points tally as last season, win the Carabao Cup, get to the FA Cup final, get to the Champions League quarterfinals, let's say, I still think that would be a better season than last season if United are playing the right brand of football to do it. So I think a lot of it is going to be on kind of seeing clear steps of the direction the club is going in. Because last season, whilst the points tally ended up being quite good and there were good results, it wasn't the style of football we were expecting. Who are realistic upgrades at right back next season? Again, I'm going to cover it during the season in separate videos. Bar from Benfica is one I like a lot. It's probably my top one at the moment. Mazraoui as well is another one who I really like. I've been a big fan of him for a long time. Also, a couple of people have said in chat already about Todibo. He could play there. If we get the tactics board up, let's go back to it. He could play there if we go take him out like this, put Todibo into this position. Let me just type his name in. We won't worry about a number for now. If Todibo is to play this position, not that I can spell, struggling. Todibo could play this role, I guess, because he is quite good at defending out wide. And then maybe in possession, you move to something which looks a little bit more like this. That could work because people have got this idea of playing him as a right back. I'm not sure kind of where that idea has come from. I don't know if something has been said for it or whether it's just people kind of coming up with ideas. Either way, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, I think he could do a job at right back. I still don't think it's ideal, but it might be what Ten Hag's going for. He's a much better wide defender than someone like Dalot is, but also Rafael Varane. So there's definitely potential there for sure. So yeah, I think we could see it. Do I think we will? I don't think so. I think he probably, if he is signed, will be a backup centre-back. And again, I think that only happens if Harry Maguire leaves the club. Although it now looks like that will be happening. So I think Todibo would be back up to Rafael Varane and Victor Lindelof back up to Lisandro Martinez. Top 3, a cup, consistent and reproducible gameplay. Yeah, that's pretty much how I see it. I think it's not only the achievements of where you're getting to and the trophies you win and the points tally you hit, it's about how you do it. I think that's a big thing for United, so I completely agree. What's the reason for Man United still not being bit possessional team? Rather, we do seem transitional team. We do not seem to keep the ball quite well in midfield. Yeah, obviously, Ten Hag spoke about wanting to be the best transitional team in the world. So I don't think we're going to see a team which has 80% of the ball. I don't think that's what Ten Hag is trying to build. So I don't think we are going to see this team being that possession orientated all the time. However, at the same time, it's important that the team gets a balance, because if it's too transitional, it's too much like basketball, it's too end-to-end, United leave themselves open and concede a lot of goals. So that is a problem. Ten Hag needs to get the midfield in particular to find the right balance. I think, I hate to say it again, Casemiro is probably the one where he's probably a bit too rushed on the ball at times, a bit too direct. If he could go sideways a little bit more at times, Bruno Fernandes also, then United would become naturally a more possession-based team. Fishfinger, you haven't missed anything yet, mate. We're just kind of getting into the stream. Can Man United bring in experienced backup striker like Ighalo for a season? I assume you don't mean actually Ighalo, you mean something similar? Maybe. Do I think it will happen? I'm not sure, because I'm not sure that the funds are there right now. We were saying on stream last Friday that maybe someone like Gianluca Scamacca could have been a good option for that. Taremi is the one that I keep coming back to. I think he's a really good option. I think he costs probably less than 20 million. So I think he'd be a really, really good option. But I just don't think it's going to happen, truthfully. That's just my honest opinion. Yeah, someone making a really good point there about United's transitions is like Brighton's. So hopefully it's controlled possession. Where's the ball? I've lost the ball. But then you like speed it up when you want to then really cut through the opposition and almost play transitional football in that sense. We had 75 points last season. Team cohesion and new signings should give us at least 15 points more. Anything less is a failure. Hence why you think we'll win the title. Yeah, well, like I said, we'll cover that in a second. The literal league predictions. 75 points plus 15. I think 15 might be a bit of a stretch because I think United had some results last season where they were quite lucky. You need to get the kind of same luck again next season. But I think United should be going for... If you can hit 80 again, if you can hit 80 points in any Premier League season in history, you've had a very good season. The likes of City and Liverpool in particular have kind of broke what is expected recently because they were going over 100 points. If, like FP has just said there, if you can get 80 to 85 points, I think you've had a very, very good season. And I think several times in history, I don't know if someone can check it, but I think several times in history that probably would have won you the Premier League title, around 85 points. What position do you think United need the most apart from an attacker and Amrabat this season? Probably a backup centre-back to Rafael Varane. I don't think you can right now get a first choice. Someone like Antonio Silva or Ousmane Diamond, probably too expensive. So Todibo does feel like a good backup to Raphael Varane. If you sell Maguire for, 35, touching on £40 million based on recent reports, bring Todibo in for about 25, £28 million, then you've done some really good business there. With the title challenge, it will be about which team can keep their players fit. That's a very, very good point. Thank you for teaching me so much about football. May your channel get to 100k soon. You deserve it. Thank you very much for the kind words. I'm glad you've been enjoying the content. We'll hit 100k one day. We'll get there. At the moment, we're aiming for 18k by the weekend. So if you guys could subscribe if you haven't already, that would be greatly appreciated. So Manchester United won the league in 2013 on 89 points. So yeah, if United can get around 85 points this year, that's a very, very, very good season. Someone asking about Ignacio from Sporting. The problem with him is he's a left-sided defender. And of course, Lisandro Martinez has kind of got that spot nailed at the moment. We're probably looking for more of a Raphael Varane upgrade or replacement. Ignacio at the same time, though, very, very good player. Very good on the ball. Love to watch him. I love Sporting in general. Very good player. Harry saying he'd love Kudus. It looks like he might be going to Brighton, right? Has that happened? Yeah. I know it was very close the other day when we were talking on stream. Yeah, Kudus is a really good player, though. Very versatile, can play loads of different positions. So, yeah, he'd be good for most teams. What are my expectations for Rasmus Højlund? Again, we were talking about this the other day. It's difficult to say because we just don't know how many games he's going to play. If he starts, for example, 20 games in all competitions, he's probably not going to get that many goals. If he starts 40 or 35 games in all competitions, then I'm looking for 20 goals in all competitions. So it's difficult to say without knowing how much he's going to play, really. So I think we'll learn a bit more in a month's time. I think he's out for the next few weeks. I think it's 3 weeks he's expected to be out. So then when he comes back in, see how much game time he's getting, then we can probably go from there. Any update on sales of Anthony Martial? It was mentioned by Fabrizio Romano the other day on Twitter. He said United are open to selling him if it's the right offer. No idea what the right offer is. Will I make adjustments after the transfer window? Quite possibly. We could do a part 2 if people wanted it. It would be a live stream again. So, yeah. Tell on loan if Harry Kane was to go to Bayern. That's quite an interesting shout, actually. Tell's a very good young player. He's been good in pre-season. Had a really good pre-season. Do I think Todibo would replace Raphael Varane as he is much better on the ball and possibly better athletically? Yeah, I think athletically he reminds me a bit of Raphael Varane a few years ago. Really good at covering ground, very, very physical, good in 1-versus-1 duels. He's also better defending wide areas. He could maybe compete for a starting spot. I don't think he would straight away. I think Raphael Varane's leadership and experience is quite important in this side. But I think if Raphael Varane was to pick up an injury, God forbid it, but if he was to get an injury, Todibo was to come into the side, play well for 3 or 4 games, Todibo could very well make that spot his own. Do I think Højlund will be a penalty box striker or a false 9 like Sancho? I think Sancho as false 9 has a future. If Sancho's playing through the middle, he will be a false 9. Højlund, however, will be more of a penalty box striker, running the channels, on the shoulder of defenders, that sort of vibe. With Poch back to the Premier League, Unai back in form, this will be the biggest and toughest season. I completely agree. I think this is such a competitive season in the Premier League. I think it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. It should be great. I can't wait. I'm going to cover so many games this year, hopefully more than I've ever covered. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Not just Manchester United coverage as well. For example, opening weekend, I'm covering City Burnley. I might be covering the Arsenal game against Forest, I'm not sure, but Chelsea Liverpool, I'll be doing that. And of course, United versus Wolves. But loads of coverage pretty much every weekend. I will also be live streaming, hopefully every Friday, starting this Friday, to kind of do like a mini Premier League preview, talk about Manchester United's upcoming game that weekend, some tactics we might see, and then we'll probably finish the stream with like an FPL talk. So yeah, loads of streams coming up every Friday, and we will be talking about the Premier League a ton. Villa versus Newcastle will be a really good game. I can't wait to watch that. They had a very entertaining clash in pre-season the other week. That was a good watch. So yeah, I think that will be a good game. João Pedro from Brighton. He looks superb in preseason. Yeah, he looks really, really good in preseason on penalties for Brighton. If you're an FPL player, keep an eye on that. Will I be doing Twitch streams as well? It's unlikely. I'm probably going to stick to YouTube just because to move from YouTube to Twitch, I've got to take everyone over, and I think we'd lose some along the way. So for now, we'll stick to YouTube. Maybe one day in the future it could happen though. Anyway, is it about time we get into our predictions? Because that is ultimately what you guys are here for. And if so, what do we want to start with? Should we go from the bottom to the top? It's probably the best way to do it, right? Is that the best way to go through this? Or do you want to start off with like goal scorers, things like that? Or a quick discussion on United's predictions? I'm happy to do whatever you guys want, basically. We can do it in any order. I'll be covering all of it anyway. So it's kind of up to you guys what sort of order we are going to be doing it in. There's currently 118 of you watching live, which is absolutely incredible. Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you haven't already, subscribe while you're here. We're really racing towards 18,000 subscribers by the weekend. If we can do that, we will have gained 1,000 subscribers in less than a week, which I think might be the first time we've ever done that on this channel. Certainly the first time in a long while. Your guys' support recently has been incredible, off the charts. Anyway, what should we discuss first in terms of predictions? We can do kind of... if you're just joining the stream, we're doing predictions. We're going to go through our Premier League table, but we're also going to talk about kind of Manchester United, what they might do in the Prem, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, etc. That's what we're doing today. Do a quick bottom half and then a more in-depth top half, and do a poll, bottom to top. Okay, I'll tell you what then. Let's start off with who we think is bottom of the table. Is it 5 Champions League spots? I thought that was coming in the next... Is it 5 Champions League spots? If I've got that wrong, I can change it. Let me know. Can someone let me know? Yeah, I will be doing a poll. Can someone confirm whether or not it's 5 Champions League spots this season? If it is, that's crazy, by the way. There's some debate going on. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We are going to predict the bottom 10 in the Premier League. We're then going to go talk about Manchester United season for a bit and then come back. Yeah, I think it's 5 next season, but it also becomes 5 like if an English team wins the Champions League, Europa League, etc. Yeah. Let's start with a poll though. Let's go, who are we putting in 20th? So let me start a poll, get you guys discussing it. Probably the main shouts for this are Luton, probably Sheffield United, right? I think most people would be okay with that. Who else should we put in the poll? Who else should be in this poll towards the bottom? Nottingham Forest, in my opinion, will be down there. I'll just type Forest for that one. And Wolves. I don't know. Can we add another? Okay, we'll go with this. These are the teams I've got down there anyway. I can only put 4 teams in the poll, unfortunately. So this is the 4 I'm going with. It's the 4 I think is most likely. If you guys strongly disagree, we can change it though. So there you go. The poll should be going up any second now. There we go. 20th place. We're going to kind of, like I said, probably rush through the bottom 10 and then go a bit more in depth on the top 10. I'm happy to do this stream for as long as you guys want. To give my opinion, Sheffield United look in trouble, if you ask me. Just give me 1 second and I will tell you why I think they're in trouble. Let me just load the page up. If you go to the official transfer market website, the Sheffield United squad is lacking. It's really lacking. They've lost their best attacker already this summer, but also Sander Berge in midfield here, one of their best midfield players, one of their most important players in my opinion. Looks like he's off to Burnley. If you look at this team, I just don't see where the goals are coming from. I don't know if I'm being harsh on them, but I just don't see where the goals are coming from. We'll get Luton up as well, though, just to keep it fair. Let me get Luton Town up on transfer market. Also, guys, have you noticed the slightly different lighting? The camera looks a little bit different. I've tried to work on some lighting. We're going to keep working on it to try and bring you guys literally the best quality we physically can. But it's been a slight upgrade, and it hasn't cost anything yet, which is perfect. Let's have a look at... This is Luton's squad, for those of you which haven't seen it or aren't really educated on Luton, a bit like myself. This is the Luton squad. I mean, again, it's uninspiring. Chong in there, though, for the Manchester United fans. Talks that Hannibal Medjbury might be joining him as well. Let's try and get rid of this advert on the side here. So I guess for Manchester United fans, that's kind of cool to see Chong in the Premier League. But it looks bad for both of them. It doesn't look great for either of them, in my opinion. Who are we going for bottom, though? At the moment, we've got 60% saying Luton. I don't want to hang about on this too much. So we'll leave it 20 seconds. Carlton Morris as a goal scorer. That is a good point. I just think in general... Carlton Morris, sorry. I think the team in general, I don't see goals from enough different places in either of those teams. Would everyone have them as the bottom two? Is everyone on Luton and Sheffield bottom two? All right, we're going to end the poll there. I'll give it 10 seconds, actually, just while I have a drink. Okay, we're going to end the poll there. Luton have got themselves 60% of the votes. Poor Luton. If you didn't vote in that poll, by the way, vote on the next one, because I want to hear your guys' opinion. I want you guys connected to every bit of content we do. But we have got Luton at the bottom here. Poor old Luton. Apparently Maguire and McTominay are close to joining West Ham. I believe Manchester United turned down a 30 million bid for Scott McTominay. But I think if you can get 35 million for them individually, 70 million on those two is very, very good. But did someone just ask when I got a nose job? Pardon? We have our first super chat of the day. If you want to use a super chat, it guarantees that I see your message, and also all money goes to getting either a new microphone or a new camera. But once again, it is Ali with the $9.99 US. Good morning, AJ, and this amazing community. Great to catch live again, my friend. Good to see you again. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for the donation. If everyone could say thanks to Ali in the chat, get some love hearts in there, some clapping hands, anything like that. Thank you so much, Ali. He is by far the top donator on this channel. He is an absolute legend. And as always, it is going to go towards either a new camera or a new microphone. I think I'm going to be prioritizing a new camera for the channel. Thank you very much, Ali. I have so much... What am I trying to say? Thank you so much is what I'm trying to say. I'm just not very good at talking. But thanks again. Glad to see you in the stream. Hope you're having a good morning. Must be quite early for you again. Someone saying I have a good nose. Thank you. I guess. Thank you. I haven't been complimented on my nose before, so we take it. They should give us the 105 million and we give them Maguire, McTominay and Martial. Wow, that's a... If you can... Tell you what, Eric, mate. If you can go negotiate that offer, get over there and negotiate that offer. Because if United can get 105 million for them, we take it. All day long. I don't think they'll want Martial, I'll be honest. Anyway, let me just... Can I find that poll again, or is it lost in the shadow realm now? Is it long gone? I think it's long gone. Sheffield were definitely second to go down. We happy with that, I believe? Hang on, there we go. Sheffield in 19th. We're going to do a poll for the last spot in relegation, right? So we're going to go, what's this? 18th. We're going to put Wolves in there. We're going to put Forest in there. We're going to put, who else do we want? Everton. Let's put Everton in there, and let's go for Palace, I think, as the other one, in terms of how I have it. Shout out Burnley, by the way, not getting involved in this poll. Here we go. The poll should be going up for you guys now. This is for the last relegation spot. Who is the third and final team going down? I think everyone's got Luton and Sheffield down. Ali, thank you again, by the way. Absolute legend. Someone saying 75 million to 80 million pound for Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay. If United can get that, then absolutely they should go for it. I think it'll be closer to 70. I'd take 60 mil for the two of them. Yeah, fair enough. I would hold out for 70 personally. I think you can get it for them. I think they're worth it. I think you've got to consider the homegrown factor, but also West Ham are desperate because they haven't signed anyone apart from nearly Edson Alvarez, and also they have a lot of money because of Declan Rice. So I think you can negotiate quite a lot of money out of them. Apologies for looking away. I'm just sorting something to do with the stream. So at the moment, Wolves are winning the vote on 58%. If you haven't yet voted in this poll, get in the vote. It's literally, you got to press one button, right? You just pick a team, press on that, and it's a good way for you guys to engage with the content, because I do like to see your guys' opinions. Very, very important on this channel. I want everyone's opinions. FP, if you're here, I've got one challenge for you. Could you tell me how many goals Wolves scored in the Premier League last season? You don't have to if you don't want to, because this is... Wolves are very much winning at the moment for that final spot to go down. 54%. We've got Forest on 16%. Everton on 18%. So that's very close. Palace on 12%. So you guys are backing Palace. Okay, so FP has come back like that because he's an absolute legend and said Wolves scored the least goals in the league last season. That's a problem. Now, to be fair, I caught a bit of them in pre-season. I thought Kalajic looked sharp, Fabio Silva as well. But 31 goals in the league is concerning. And they haven't replaced it. They've lost Neves, they've lost Moutinho. They're not really signing anyone yet that I can recall. Have they signed someone? There's a lot of unhappiness at the club. Lopetegui not being given certain things he was told he'd be given. So, yeah. I think we're going to leave that poll there. We've got 54 votes. Can we get to 60 votes? Let's see if we can get 60 votes on this one poll. There's 140 people watching. 5 more people. We're on 55 votes. 5 more people drop their vote on who they think the last team to go down is going to be. Ali making a good point about Everton struggled last season because of Lampard. Of course, this year they've got a full season of Sean Dyche, which gives you a very, very decent chance of staying up. Sean Dyche is a very good manager. Very good point. One more vote. Ooh, who's going to be sacked first? That's another good conversation to have. I like that. Go on. One more vote on this poll. We're on 59 votes at the moment. You know what? I'll do you guys a favour. There's adverts about to come up. I'm going to skip those adverts. So you guys are not going to get any adverts in the next minute if you vote. We're on 61 votes. You guys escape the adverts. Let's end the poll there then. Wolves are our final team in a relegation zone. Those 3 are going down. Does anyone have a big problem with that? I'll be honest, it's my bottom 3, except I have Luton and Sheffield the other way around. But that is my bottom 3. YouTube Premium here. Oh, you get to skip the adverts anyway, my friend. I think this is pretty reasonable. The question is, how do we do this next 4? How do we... What's the best way of doing this? So again, in the conversation, we've got Forest, we've got Everton, we've got Palace, perhaps Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, Bournemouth, Brentford. Could they slip? Who are we going for 17th? I can't do a poll for this because there's like 6 teams in contention. Chelsea? Chelsea in 17th? It's possible. No one Kunku for the start of the season? It's impossible. It's very possible. Wolves lost quite a bit of the senior team player and they're yet to replace them, especially Raul Jimenez and Neves. Yeah, they're big, big losses. And I just don't see... I don't see Wolves finding the goals to stay up, unfortunately. If you guys are Manchester United fans, we're going to find out a lot more about Wolves very, very quickly. I've got a preview coming up later in the week in a live stream and also a video. And also, United physically play Wolves, which I will, of course, be analysing. So, yeah, plenty more to find out. You guys are brilliant in chat today. Lots of comments. If I miss your comment, I apologise. There's so many of them coming through. I'm trying to read as many as possible. If you want to guarantee that I see your message, you can leave a super chat. You don't have to, but it guarantees that I see your message. And any money which is donated will go either to a new microphone, a new camera, or some new lighting for the channel. So you can do it if you want to, but don't feel you have to. Okay, I'm trying to think who we got the most here. I'm seeing, let me just do some counting real quick. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people saying Forest. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 people saying Palace. Is that 5 maybe? Maybe I can't count. West Ham down there. It looks like Forest are winning it. Winning that little battle. I do have a question. Why do you think Forest are so low? Because obviously they've got a pretty decent team. They recently signed Elanga. They've got Brennan Johnson. I've got Morgan Gibbs-White in their attack. Why do you think they're so low? Although Palace are now providing a lot of competition, actually. Why do you think Nottingham Forest are going to do so poorly? Burnley, we can put them in the shout as well, absolutely. Are they going to be able to play the same brand of football which they played last season? I'm not too sure. Someone saying Steve Cooper's the reason they've got Forest low. Fair enough. Fulham or Palace, are you saying they should be in the next position, or are you saying they should be 17th? Let me know. There's a lot of Palaces in here. People not backing Roy Hodgson. Forest are building for the Championship. Yeah, or maybe they're hoping that they can cash in on some players next year. If you imagine that Forest team goes down, Alanga, Gibbs White and Brennan Johnson are going to attract a fee and a half, I tell you. United, I think, will be better than many people think. We did third last season with all the drama and no proper striker. Very, very true. Very, very true. Lack of goals and poor manager for Forest. It's reasonable. It is reasonable. I think Steve Cooper done a good job in the Championship. Is he made for the Premier League? Maybe not quite. Let's move on to the next position. I'm going to put Everton in the mix. I'm going to put Palace in the mix. Burnley, West Ham, Fulham. Does anyone think Fulham are down here? If no one thinks Fulham are down here, I'll do a poll. Yeah, Ali, can anyone tell me if Crystal Palace have signed any players? I'm not aware of Crystal Palace doing any business. Not that, not a single signing. That does not bode well. You can't keep the same team. I've made this point forever. Even when Liverpool won the league the other year, I was saying the day they won the league, I was having a conversation with someone saying they have to sign in the summer. They need 4 or 5 positions, and I was told they just won the league. How can they need that? But you have to constantly refresh your squad. It just doesn't work in the Premier League. You have to have new players constantly. Ferguson used to do it absolutely brilliantly. You need to constantly refresh your squad. So a young Brazilian lad has signed for Palace. Was that? I can't remember. I'll be honest with you. Someone give me a bit of information on him, if anyone has any. If you don't, that's fine. Palace losing Zaha is a huge point. I forgot about that. Obviously, talks of Elise leaving and probably injured for the start of the season as well. So that's going to be problematic for them. Still got Eze at the club, like Guehi. So there's still some assets there if they do go down, which they can sell. Yeah, it's a little bit sticky for them, though. Who's the other team we want to add to this? Let's go West Ham, just because they did struggle last season. There you go. This is for 16th, 2019, 18, 17. Yeah, for 16th. Here's the poll. Was there a news about someone interested in Fred that isn't Galatasaray? Fulham were linked right at the start of the summer, kind of at the back end, or as the season finished last season. I believe there was someone else interested. I'm sure Fabrizio was saying it the other day. So he's a Flamengo playmaker. Okay, so it'll be good to have a playmaker in. It's just, can they, like, is there a striker to create for if he is a playmaker? Fulham depends on Mitrovic and their manager leaving. It looks like Marco Silva will stay, but I'm not convinced on Mitrovic staying. I think he might. He doesn't seem happy, does he? Does not seem happy. Close to a loan for Lewis Hall as well for Palace. That would be an interesting bit of business. I'm not sure where he'd play for them, though. The Saudi League were interested in Fred. They seem to be interested in quite a lot of players, so yeah, it certainly wouldn't surprise me. I think it's actually, you guys might disagree, I think it's more beneficial for United to sell Fred than it is Scott McTominay, simply because Scott McTominay ticks a few boxes for homegrown and things like that. So I think United would probably rather sell Fred. That's my opinion. Carlos Vinicius is a good player. He will score. I assume you mean if Mitrovic leaves? Yeah, he would need to. It would be a big season for him, definitely. It would definitely be a big old season for him. Fulham mid-table. Does anyone think that City are weaker this year? Guys, give me your thoughts on that. Are City weaker this year than what they were last year? Let me know what you're thinking. West Ham signed Maguire. I don't see them higher than 15th. What are your thoughts, guys, on a midfield 3 which contains potentially, for West Ham, Edson Alvarez, Thomas Souček, Scott McTominay? Eesh, that's my thoughts. E saying City are weaker. Fishfinger, I love the name by the way, saying yeah, Gundogan is clear of Kovacic, so therefore they are worse. Of course, lost Mahrez as well. Are they gonna lose Walker and Bernardo Silva? I don't think they will. I think they'll keep both. But what about Paqueta? Yeah, obviously he's the starting midfielder in my opinion. I'm just saying there's a chance they could, in certain games, or if Paqueta is unfit, have that midfield three, which is just so bad it's unbelievable. City weaker for Europe and FA Cup, maybe not quite a league. Very good point. Very good point. City were linked to Matoma from Brighton to replace Mahrez. I saw about that and was intrigued by it because of course Mahrez was playing right wing, Matoma's a left winger, so that would be interesting to see. I believe Matoma's played on the right wing 6 times in his career. City also linked with Elise. We're going to end that particular poll there, and what we're going to do for these next few places is I'm going to take it in the order of the poll. So we've got Everton, Palace, Burnley, West Ham. So Everton, Palace, if I can do it, Burnley, West Ham. Is that right? 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so we're approaching mid-table now. So we have got West Ham in mid-table. Obviously, that's going to change a lot if they do business. Because Maguire and McTominay are good signings for West Ham as long as they profile them in the right way. For example, Scott McTominay, they can't look at Scott McTominay and say he's a deep holding midfielder. Use Edson Alvarez for that role. Use Edson Alvarez as the deep midfielder. McTominay is much better higher up the pitch as more of a box crasher. The problem is to do that, they've already got Paqueta in the 10. So could Moyes go to a 4-3-3 maybe? Have Paqueta and McTominay as your 2-8s? Something like that could work. Of course, Jared Bowen on the wing is always going to provide a threat. I also think Maguire will be huge for them. But I think McTominay in particular, which is why I would really try and get money for McTominay, I think he could do very well there if, and it's a big if, with David Moyes' recent record, if they profile him in the right way. Scott McTominay is a box crasher, someone who arrives late. He's one of the best ball-striking midfielders in the Premier League. I genuinely believe that. And then around them, you've got Jared Bowen, you've got Lucas Paqueta, Ben Rama. There is something there for West Ham. What's Maguire good at other than set-piece situation? I think with West Ham, you've got to consider that they probably won't try and play out from the back as much, which means there isn't that need for Harry Maguire to be press resistant. So that's going to help him initially. West Ham also in big games like to sit deep and absorb pressure. That suits Maguire because he's really good in the air. He's good at clearing balls away. I think he'll do really well there. Yeah, Edson Alvarez was the Ajax midfielder, which has just joined West Ham. I believe it's now gone through anyway. If not, it looks like it's about to. That will be interesting business. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does in the league. We've covered him on the channel about 18 months ago. He's a good player. Let's move on to our next positions though. How many teams we've got left? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to do 2 more. And then we're going to go into talk about United for a bit. And then we will come back to doing this. Sound good? Alvarez, Paqueta, James Ward-Prowse, Thomas Souček, Diamond. If they can get the moves in, sounds alright. McTominay would be a good signing, but Maguire I don't expect much. I think a big thing for Maguire would be how quickly he can kind of get some confidence, basically. I think that's a big part of his problem at the moment. His confidence is struck, and I'm not surprised. His own fans boo him. He's constantly harassed outside stadiums, online. He just needs some confidence. Hopefully David Moyes can give it to him, because whether or not you like him as a player, as a human, you want him to do well for his own mental health. So hopefully he does do well there. But let's go into our 11th and 12th place. Who are we backing or not backing? Maybe it's a failure for this team. Who do we think is going to finish, though, 11th and 12th in the Premier League this season? I'm going to put forward Bournemouth we've still got to come into here somewhere. We've got Fulham still to come in somewhere. We've got Brentford. We've got Brighton, if you see a drop-off there. Spurs, Newcastle, Villa, Chelsea again. Finished 12th last season. Will they be there again? Let me know what you think. I'm seeing Fulham outside the top 10 from Oscar Ricky. I agree. We'll see what everyone else thinks, but I do agree. I'm seeing Brentford outside top 10. Bournemouth maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of really, really good points there on Maguire. Really, very good. He's also a great ball player. You can't deny that. I don't think he's press resistant, but in the middle phase, he's very good. So yeah, a lot of good points there on Harry Maguire. Good ball knowledge. I agree. Let's do a poll, all right? For what position is this? 12th. We're going to go for 12th, and we're going to say we're going to put Fulham into the mix. Like that. We're going to put, let's go Bournemouth, if I can spell it, which I think I can. We're going to put Brentford. Who's the other team which get, or should we just stick with those three? Let's stick with those three. Can I remove this as an option? 1 second. So we're going to go Fulham, Bournemouth, Brentford. Of course, Bournemouth getting a new manager after things were actually going quite well last year. I thought it was really harsh to sack last year's manager because he was doing such a good job. But the new manager looks very exciting. Expect high pressing football. High pressing football. So expect that from Bournemouth, but maybe that will take time to adapt. Brentford, you've got to consider that without Ivan Toney for half the season. Can they replace his goals? Have they got enough creativity in the midfield? Set pieces, are they going to be as important this year as what they were last year? I think so. Fulham, is Mitrovic going to be there? Last season, Fulham massively overperformed. All the underlying numbers suggest that they've done far better than they should have. So are they going to be down there? FP just back. Where do you think Burnley should be? Saying you disagree with Burnley. Whereabouts would you have them? Yeah, someone saying Bournemouth, the Spanish manager, is really good. Brentford were doing decently without Toney. I think I've only seen Brentford once in pre-season, so I can't really say too much. Someone saying, not going to lie, call me crazy, but Luton, with enough luck, I think they might avoid relegation. Interesting. Who would you have down instead then? People are massively rating Villa. Remember how Emery got Villarreal to the quarters of the CL, but suffered in the league? That's a good point, to be fair. I've got Villa quite high in my predictions, but what if they're going to suffer in the league? It's a very valid point, although I do really like their squad. Be interesting to see. We'll see where we end up with them here. Bournemouth at the moment winning the vote for this next position. I'll leave it another 20. Actually, how many people have voted? Let's have a look. How many people have voted? 47 votes. Guys, we can hit 50 votes, surely. Surely we can hit 50 votes. Don't make me play those ads. I will do it. I'm kidding. Let's try and hit 50 votes, though. Can we get to 50? We need a couple more. At the moment, we've got Bournemouth on 51%, Fulham 31%, Brentford 17%. Oh, it's just changed. Go on, a few more votes. Okay, can we push 60? Because we're up to 55. I reckon we can push 60. If you haven't voted, vote! And also, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe! We need it on the channel. 58 votes. RX General saying, I think Villa's squad depth is decent to do well. That's obviously the counterpoint. They do have a really good squad and nice tactical flexibility about them as well. Villarreal had an Asian squad, so maybe they couldn't do it as well. Very good point. FP, where you were saying you disagree on Burnley, whereabouts do you think they'll be, just out of interest? Chelsea lost Nkunku. Yeah, that's a huge loss. Huge loss for potentially 16 weeks, which is so damaging. I feel so sorry for him. Villa will be the dark horse of the league this year. Let's not forget, Gerrard almost got them flirting with relegation before Unai Emery took over. People really underestimated what Emery done last season. They were in a bad spot. In a bad spot. But yeah, Emery got them right back. Oh, we're up to 70 votes. When did that happen? Good stuff, guys. Thank you very much. FP saying you think Burnley for 11th. Okay, so you've gone higher rather than lower. Fair enough. What are my thoughts on Greek yogurt / politics? Yogurt? Good. Top tier. Love yogurt. Politics? Let's avoid it. Chelsea lost Fofana and Nkunku. Very true. Chelsea fan? Oh, we got a Chelsea fan. I didn't even realise. I was kind of skimming over your name. Where do you think Chelsea are going to finish this season, my friend? Saying, I doubt Burnley can play the same brand of the football. They will get exposed. It's a very valid point. Very, very valid point. RX General, Chelsea without Nkunku in that midfield is really mid. Yeah, they need, and I don't mean to bang on about it, they need Caicedo from Brighton. They need him. Exactly. Who doesn't love yogurt? If you don't love yogurt, man, tell you what, if you love yogurt, right, tell me by subscribing to the channel. And if you don't like yogurt, tell me by liking the video. Good thinking. How do I make my videos? I press record, talk about football a bit, and then edit it. That's about it, really. Anyway, I've completely forgot to acknowledge the poll. So we've got Bournemouth are coming in here, and then Fulham next. I have to say, by the way, this is really very, very similar to the predictions which I came up with. I had Sheffield and Luton the other way around. I had Bournemouth and Fulham the other way around, I believe. But this is very, very close to what I was thinking. Brentford can hang on to 10th, 11th and 12th. Oh, sorry. Brentford can hang on to 10th, 11th and 12th. Oh, the message has been deleted. That's sad. So I'm reading that. What's Burnley's team looking like? Because some of the best players last year were on loan. Funny you ask that. I'll find it. I will find it for you, my friend. I will get the Burnley squad up on the screen. We've got to consider that they're also currently supposedly close to a link to what am I saying? Close to signing Sander Berge from Sheffield United. There you go. I don't know why you guys watch this channel, because I don't know how to talk half the time. I just liked the video and subscribed. So what does that say about me? You're controversial. That's what it says about you. I like it. Do we think Liverpool will make top 4 this year? Yes, but we'll come on to it. Corey, this is Burnley's squad. I'll just kind of slowly scroll through that if you want to have a look. It's decent. But yeah, the lack of loans or lack of players they had last year, maybe a slight concern. I think Fulham finished beneath Bournemouth. That is my opinion also. I have a feeling that if United sell well, they would make a surprise bid for Kane. What are my thoughts? Normally, I would say it seems unlikely at this stage in the window. But United do have that habit for just signing a player out of nowhere. Casemiro last season, it was just, oh, we're buying Casemiro, by the way. It's like, oh, are we? Oh, cool. Okay, what? And Rafael Varane the year before. So, maybe. Do I think if West Ham signs McTominay and Maguire, they could get a European spot? I think they're capable, but I doubt it. I wouldn't say no chance, but I also wouldn't be putting my money on it. I think they'll be 12th, 13th, roughly. Yeah, this is the Burnley squad here, if you want to have a quick look through it. Chelsea fans saying, I don't think Chelsea will get top 4 this season. This is inexperienced and too soft. I saw a lot of flaws in defence. The high pressing is not working. My ambition is top 6. Yeah, I think top 6 would be a really good finish for Chelsea this season. You've kind of, I don't want to be too brutal to you because you're a Chelsea fan, but the squad was messed up last summer. So much went wrong last year. And unfortunately in football, it takes a little while to kind of fix that. So yeah, I think if Chelsea can finish, 6th this year? Maybe I would make a push for 5th. We'll see that later. But yeah, around 6th, and then next season have another proper go at top 4. Certainly. Hi AJ, just joined. Good to see you back in the stream, my friend. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you've been having a good day. I think the European spots are harder to get this season than last year. Yeah, I think it's going to be challenging this year. It's going to be so competitive. I can't wait. Well, I hope so anyway. I hope it's going to be competitive. Let's not forget West Ham are in Europa League. That will affect their league form, and they have a very small squad. Yeah. I think that's why they need McTominay. It's why they need Maguire. They do need signings. And the fans have been really frustrated because up to this point, they haven't made the signings. So West Ham are concerned, but obviously at the moment they're being linked. So who knows? We're just going to have to wait and see. What's this? AJ, do you think we can get a 9 at the end of the transfer window if we have spare cash, or do you think we will attack the loan market? I mean, again, in terms of in a 9, if we're talking spare cash, this is an absurd statement, but spare cash at the moment is, what, 20 million, which is crazy. I still think Taremi is the one for me, mate. But in terms of loan, I hadn't really thought of the loan market for a forward. I think it's certainly possible, but it's probably something I would have to look into. I don't think Ten Hag is keen on having like a massive squad at the best of times anyways. So perhaps not, but we will see, because obviously we've seen Sancho playing there. We know Rashford can play there. Martial is still kicking about somewhere in the squad. Spurs should be 9th spot. Interesting. Chad, by the way, is bringing... I love Chad's energy in this stream. My cat told me that Chelsea have a history of underperforming one season and doing really well the next. And that, based on that track record, it wouldn't be too inconceivable for Chelsea to compete for UCL. Chad, your cat is a genius. Because very true. Chelsea do tend to have a bad year and then really bounce back. So, shout out your cat. Anyway, what we're going to do, I believe, is that 10 teams we've got there? That is 10 teams. So what we're going to do is quickly talk about Manchester United for a bit. We're going to talk about their predictions for this season. Top scorer, top assister, best young player, most tackles, anything. Star of the season, surprise package of the season. Let me know for Manchester United your thoughts, your predictions. Where are they going to finish in the Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, everything. Let me know your thoughts in chat and we'll go through that for a bit. And then after that, we will go back to the tier list. What's my opinion on Liverpool's midfield? I think defensively, they are absolutely C *** P. Very strong opinions on Liverpool at the moment. I don't know what Klopp's doing. I don't quite understand it. We'll come on to that later when we get to them in the tier list. But I agree that they have some problems. Oh, lots of comments. I love this. Again, if I don't see your chat, I apologise. I'm trying to read as many of them as possible, but you guys are super, super active today. If you want to guarantee that I see your message, you can use a super chat, which guarantees that I see your message. Any money will go to a mic or a camera, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, so let me go through, some of your predictions. If I can find them, hang on. I think Anthony will do well this season. Top scorer, Rashford. Top assister, Bruno Fernandes. Young player of the season, Højlund. Player of the season, Bruno Fernandes. That's from FP. We've got Fishfinger saying first in the league, quarter-final in the Carabao Cup, win the FA Cup and semi-final Champions League. What a season that would be. Wow. What a season that would be. United should be challenging strongly for the league. Manchester United should definitely be competing for the EPL title this season. My new young player of the season. United will be second. I think we'll finish second, FA Cup plus Carabao Cup, quarter-final of the Champions League. Do a poll for every comp. Yeah, I like the idea of that. I'm back. Welcome back, Oscar. Hope you're good. United should focus on UCL. I can see us winning it. I don't understand why United fans don't rate Anthony at all. 2 goals and an assist in his last 2 games. Well, funny you mention Anthony, because just before I went live, I finished editing a video all about Anthony. So watch out for that tomorrow. I think, yeah, tomorrow morning, first thing. I think Liverpool will be like ping pong, and they will win 4-2, 3-1, and sometimes they'll get beat by 2 or 3 goals. That's my opinion. Like I said, we'll come back onto that more in depth, and I'll give more of my thoughts when we do the table. But yeah, I do agree. Top scorer, Rashford. Assists, Bruno Fernandes. Player of the season, Bruno Fernandes. Top youngster, Greenwood. Best defender, Lisandro Martinez. Man United will just manage to get 4th. Is that coming from a Manchester United fan, or do you support a different club? Let me know. Yeah, also, let me know in chat who you support. It's always good to know. Garnacho, best young player. Okay, out of interest now, I want you to tell me the club that you support and who you think will be the top, no, just the player of the season in the Premier League for any team. Any team. So, like, who you support as a football club, and then who is going to be player of the season in the Premier League this season. Let me know. If United finish with minimum 85 points, EFL or FA Cup, and semi-final in the Champions League, yeah, that would be a very good season. That would be an unbelievable season. Like a dream of a season like that. Had to go for a bit, but I'm back. What are we talking about? We have got halfway through our league table. Now we're still going through predictions. Don't worry, we're halfway through. But just literally at the moment, we're going through like United, who's going to be player of the season, etc. And also Premier League player of the season, what clubs you support, bit of everything. Then we're going to come back to doing this. So don't worry. So we got support United. Rashford will score or get 50 goal contributions this season. That would be incredible. Someone saying they support United. They think player of the season will be Saka. I've got another Man United fan saying they think player of the season will be Haaland. Man United fans saying Haaland or Odegaard. Someone saying Isak. That's a brilliant shout. Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, Bruno. Someone's saying that they're just for Manchester United stats. Player of the season, Onana. Mainoo's the best young player. Bruno most assists. In terms of player of the season in the Premier League, Bruno, Rashford and Kane. Someone saying Bruno. Am I going to have Højlund in my FPL? Find out Friday. For those of you that haven't been in the stream so far, Friday we will be going live again in the afternoon to discuss the weekend's football. I'm going to be doing it every Friday from now on. And at the end of every stream on a Friday, I'm going to have a little like FPL segment at the end just to have a chat basically and a chill with you guys because I know some of you do FPL. Bruno. Someone saying their favourite team is Manchester United, but I think player of the season will be Timber. That's an interesting shout. That's a different one to what I've seen so far. Haaland's player of the season. Salah. Garnacho, young player of the season. Bruno, player of the season. Onana, most assists from Oscar. I like that. It's a good shout. Long balls over the top to Rashford and Højlund. Has anyone got Onana in their FPL? Just for that. Just that alone. The idea of Onana getting assists. Because I have. Don't tell anyone. I really like those predictions there. We've got a lot of similar ones, but we've also got some like stray ones in there as well. Something a little bit different, which is good to see. I've seen on a lot of other people's channels, everyone's saying the same thing. Someone's got Onana in their FPL. My breakthrough of the season, asks Ali. In the Premier League, what my random breakthrough talent of the season? Put me on the spot here. Genuinely, off the top of my head, I can't tell you one. But on the topic, you've just given me a video idea. What I normally do, and I haven't done it yet this year. Would anyone like a like 5 players to watch this season video? Yeah, sorry, Ali, I don't really have the answer right now. I can't think off the top of my head in terms of breakthrough players in the Premier League. Someone like Elliot Anderson at Newcastle is someone to keep an eye on. I done 5 players to watch last season. I can't remember how well it done. Someone saying it's about time you did a live show or how I just missed the previous shows. This is my 5th or 6th one. I done one last week and then I done a couple when the season ended. But I haven't done any recently. But from now on, it is going to be on a regular basis. Best free agent right now. I tell you what, you guys let me know the best free agent. Matheus Nunes will be the breakthrough of the season. I think he was misused last season. I think he will replace Neves. I'd really like to see that happen because I really like him. In pre-season, he's been playing a bit of a weird role. Obviously, I've been scouting Wolves to do a preview for United. He's kind of at times playing just off the striker, but he's also like rotating to the right-hand side with Sarabia as well. So I still don't think he's actually being used in the best way. I think he's best as a deep, press-resistant, progressive midfielder. First phase, I still don't think he's being used in that way, but he might still have a breakthrough season because I really like him. I was saying this time last year, United should sign him. Really like him. Elise to City, yeah, that would be a big breakthrough if that could happen. A lot of potential there. If our front three goals and assists is 60 to 65, then we win the Premier League. Fair enough. Yeah, I think it's a decent shout. John saying crazy that De Gea hasn't been signed by a club. See you later, Chad. Thanks for coming into the stream. I've loved your energy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Great to see you tuning in all the way from Bolivia. Absolutely brilliant. I'd love to see that. Yeah, the fact that De Gea is still a free agent is kind of crazy. I thought he would have been somewhere by now. Maybe teams don't think he's a modern day goalkeeper though. Who knows? How do I think Rasmus will perform? Very well. I think he'll do good. Where am I from? I am from England. Bayern are going for De Gea. They've been linked. Guy. Alright, so if you look in chat, there's a guy called Callum Smith, right? And I can call him a moron because he's my brother, so it's okay to say it. He was about to say that the volume had gone from the stream, but it's because he had his volume turned down. Can't help him. Someone saying, love from India. Love back to you all the way from England. Great to see you in the stream. I think it's time we continue with our Premier League predictions, though. Yeah, FP, you laugh at him. Keep laughing at him. He deserves to be mocked for that. That's poor. Block him. Yep, honestly, degenerate. Let's go back to the Premier League predictions, though. We need our top 10. We need our top 10. So, did I get a new camera? The quality looks really well. Thank you so much for noticing. It isn't actually a new camera. I've just changed the lighting, but I'm going to keep working on it, and there will be a new camera soon. But thank you for noticing. Glad you like it. Could I do a preview for the game against Wolves coming this weekend? So, 10th. I'm going to throw out there some names for you. Just fire names back at me. Who you think is going to finish in 10th for this season? Brentford. Maybe. Brighton. Spurs. Newcastle. Villa. Chelsea. Liverpool? United? Probably not, those last two. Brentford, Brighton, Spurs, Newcastle, Villa, Chelsea. Who are we going for in 10th? Someone saying, hi from Kenya. Good to see you, Mark. Hope you're good. Great to have people tuning in from literally all around the world. It's incredible. So we're going for literally 10th here, by the way. I just want to hear your 10th thoughts. So in Brentford, Villa, Brighton, Villa, Brentford, Brentford, Villa, Chelsea. Do you guys actually think Chelsea will finish 10th, or do you just find it fun to say? Because I respect either way. E asking, is Callum who I watched the matches with? It is indeed. It is indeed. He's not normally that stupid. That's uncharacteristic from him. I have to be fair. Someone saying Spurs. Hi from Australia. Hi back to you from England. I hope you're good. What are my thoughts on Todibo? I've discussed it already. If you want to watch the stream back after the stream ends. If not, I'll probably do a video on it if he gets closer to signing. Hi from Canada. Hi from Ireland. Everyone all around the world. Hi to you too. Nicholas Jackson surprised me during preseason. Chelsea might be doing fine. I think he's been brilliant in preseason. I really like the look of him. Really good talent. I'm disappointed in myself for not knowing more about him when he signed. Hi from Norway. Hi from Brazil. People everywhere. It's great to have you here. Okay, let's go for this 10th spot. I think Brentford are gone there. It looks like Brentford. Who we going next in? Is it Brighton probably? Is it Brighton there? Taremi to Spurs, agreed personal terms. Is that true? Are you messing about with me? I think you're messing about with me. People have concerns over Chelsea's midfield. Me too. Hi from India. Good to see you, mate. I think Nkunku will be a big miss for Chelsea. Chelsea, Brighton and Tottenham. Very reasonable. Okay, so we're going to do a poll here. This is for... What spot is this? Ninth. That took me way too long to count. Oh dear. Let's go for 9th. And we're going to put Spurs in there. And we're going to put Brighton in there. If I can type, which I can't, because I'm stupid. Spurs or Brighton, let's go. Let's ask the community. What are we back in here? I'm going to have a drink because I've been talking too much. Spurs straight away get the first vote. Love that. Spurs with or without Kane? Good question. Decide yourself. If you think he'll stay, do it on base that he stays. If you think he'll leave, do it on assuming he leaves. And yeah, do the same for Caicedo as well. Someone saying, can I create an FPL league for this community? I've already created it. There is a link on the channel in the community page. If not, I will do another post later on today. And I think what we're going to do is a customized AJ analysis trophy for the winner this year. Someone just made a good point. Put Villa in that discussion as well. Have we actually got Spurs down in 10th? You guys are harsh. I respect it though. Oh wait, this is 9th, isn't it? Told you I'm not with it today. Liverpool versus Chelsea match is going to have goals. I agree, Mr. Two Goated. I cannot wait for that game. It's now going to be 0-0 now you've said that. And if it is 0-0, I'll blame you. But it should have goals because the midfields look so open. And both teams look good in transition. Yeah, Richarlison's doing really well in pre-season. Controversial opinion of mine. Richarlison is more suited to Postecoglou football than what Harry Kane is. They should sell Harry Kane, cash in and invest the money somewhere else. Maybe controversial, but it's what I believe. Liverpool, Chelsea, always 0-0. True. People, you guys are voting though. If you disagree with what people are saying, vote in the poll. Because at the moment, we have 59% of people saying that Spurs are going to finish 9th. What style of play do Spurs use now? It's like 4-3-3 most of the time. Both the fullbacks are going to invert next to the holding midfielder, like really, really narrow. Nice high wide wingers, 2-3-8s pushing forward. That kind of the tactics we were seeing probably 2 seasons ago. By like most teams, that's what Spurs are going for. Brighton going to be affected by Europa League? Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, that is also something else to consider though. Absolutely. It is only pre-season we've seen these teams in so far. Absolutely spot on. All right, can we get to 50 votes on this one? Afternoon, mate. Good to see you. Yeah, can we get to 50 votes? I personally think Kane will run down his contract in Spurs. It might happen, and if it happens, everyone is going to be sniffing about next season because you're going to get one of the best strikers in history for free. Wow. Yeah, if he runs down his contract for another year, which I wouldn't blame him for doing it if he keeps getting priced out of moves. Yeah. Fishfinger saying it's the history of the Tottenham, a wise man said. Very true. In relation to Liverpool, I think they will concede a lot unless the CDM is signed, or rather 2. Poch would have thought of this. That's why I think Chelsea will edge this match. Fair point, yeah. I certainly agree on the Liverpool midfield problem. Chelsea fans saying, I think Kane will go to Bayern. It's a matter of time. Would people like Kane to go to Bayern? Do they think it's a good career move? Is it good to go, hopefully win some trophies? Yeah, Brighton have had a good window so far. That's another good point. Can you make a bid for Kane in January? Maybe. I remember that pre-season game against Liverpool last year to win the Bangkok Trophy. Prestigious tournament. Okay, we got to 54 votes on this poll, so we're going to end it there. Spurs are coming down to 9th. Spurs are here. 8th. Chelsea, Villa, Newcastle, Brighton. We're not going to do a poll on this. Whatever name I see the most of is going in this position. So who is finishing lower out of Brighton, Newcastle, Villa, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester City? Who is finishing the lowest, emphasis again, the lowest out of those teams I just said? One word. And I'm just going to see, whatever team I see more in the next 2 minutes is going in that position, all right? Oh, I didn't realise this many people would be saying it. Okay. Brighton, Villa, Brighton, Villa, Brighton, Villa, Brighton, Brighton, Villa, Villa. Oh, this is going to be so close. I should have done a poll. Brighton, 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 Villa, 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 Brighton, 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 Villa, Brighton, Villa, Villa, Brighton, Villa, Brighton. Liverpool. Yes, Carl. Well in. Brighton, Brighton, Villa, Brighton. Wait, some of this is the same people saying it again. I'm on to you, Fishfinger. We need a poll. Sorry, I thought we could do that one nice and quick. We need a poll here. that went badly. Is this for 8th place? Okay. We're going to go for Villa. We're going to go for Brighton. We're going to put Liverpool in there as well, just because funny. Just because they're Liverpool. Is that okay? Am I allowed to? Yeah, it's fine, isn't it? Let's whack Chelsea. I'll put Chelsea / Newcastle. You guys can kind of pick. Do what you want, basically, guys. Run wild with it. I thought we didn't need a poll for this one, but then you all said like one after the other. So there we go. Yeah, that was someone saying Arsenal. I mean, we could put Arsenal in the poll, but I think it's probably stretching it. I shouldn't. Why did I put Liverpool? Why did I put Liverpool? I should have done Chelsea and Newcastle. Go on, everyone, vote Liverpool. Walker extending his contract for City. Callum, you better not be lying to me. That's a big move if true. Fishfinger, mate, I'll be honest with you. It doesn't matter how many times you say Brighton. If you press it once in the poll, it counts once. Villa will actually be in the top 7. Someone saying Villa. Fabrizio just said that Walker is extending his contract. FPL? Maybe. Tempted by it. He's only 5-0. Don't pick. So Villa are winning this at the moment. Now Brighton. Oh, it's close. Let me give you my thoughts on Villa. Picture the team. Emi Martinez in goal. Pau Torres at left back. Surprise, right? But if you watch their preseason games, Pau Torres left back. Tyrone Mings left centre back. Diego Carlos right centre back. Matty Cash right back, playing a sort of elbow back four, where it's like that. So you got Pau Torres, Tyrone Mings, and Diego Carlos. Matty Cash is going to push forward. You've got a mixture of Douglas Luiz, Boubacar Kamara, Tielemans. They're the main ones, making up the midfield. In the 10 spot, maybe John McGinn, Jacob Ramsey, Buendia, someone like that. Moussa Diaby on the right wing. On the left wing, again, it could be Jacob Ramsey, it could be Buendia, it could be Leon Bailey. There's a few different options. And then Ollie Watkins up top. Yeah, I think Walker staying is big news. I think he's their only right back. I don't think Spurs would be mid-table. I think they might surprise a few people. Being a Manchester United fan, I hate them. Yeah, I think Spurs are going to do quite well. The problem is, it's so competitive. Villa have a decent squad. Ben Foster said Villa is going to be a hard team to beat. Yeah, I agree with Ben Foster. Villa first team is really good. I can see Newcastle dropping off because they will want to make a statement with their performance in the Champions League. Yeah, I've got Newcastle a bit lower than what they done last season. Spurs, I hate to tell you this, Spurs are already in the table. Oh, for 8th. Who would you swap down to 9th out of interest? City champions. Okay, so this is a close poll. Get it to 70 votes, guys, and we'll close it. So we need 9 more people to vote and subscribe. Both. Vote and subscribe. It's really worth it. It really is. We will sit here until we have 70 votes. Also, while you're here, like the video. It's a pretty good idea. Doesn't cost anything, apart from like a tap or a click. It's quite a lot of energy, I know, but meh. Some saying Chelsea. Villa will win the Conference League. Emery is the master of these competitions. Yeah, I've got a real strong feeling for Villa in that competition. The concern would be, do they suffer in the league as a result? Or will they be okay? I would swap Brighton in 9th, Newcastle 8th, Spurs 7th. Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, I think it's all going to be quite close in that way. We need more votes, guys. We need more votes. We need at least 4 more votes before I close the poll. Can I vote? Can I vote on my phone? Do the same with Brighton's squad. I'll be honest, I haven't watched Brighton in pre-season yet, so I couldn't actually tell you. We can go through Brighton's literal team, though, if you like. If it helps people. Should we quickly cover this? Oh, hang on. 1 sec. Let me get the Brighton team on screen. I could have gone horribly wrong. Did it go horribly wrong? No. Maybe. How do you spell Brighton, guys? I'm really struggling. I know how to spell Brighton. Transfer market. Here we go. Bye for now, AJ. See you later, mate. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be live again Friday at the same time if you want to come back. But good to see you. I'll see you later. Here is the Brighton squad. Who's going to start in goal? Verbruggen or Steele? Hang on. We're just lagging out a bit. Are we good here? I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're okay. Can we get 5 more votes? Can we get 5 more votes on that poll for 8th place? There's still 137 of you watching. That is incredible. So that means there's 62 of you that haven't voted. 4 of you, press vote, please. And all of you, press subscribe if you haven't already. I am going to keep plugging it. Someone's saying Verbruggen will start. Verbruggen will start. Someone's saying Steele will start. We'll come on to Liverpool in a second unless they win this poll, but I don't think they're going to. Newcastle don't have good squad depth. Fair enough. Is this Billy Gilmore's year, do we reckon? Maybe. Is the audio still alright for you guys? Because my stream over here is kind of lagging a bit, but I don't know if it's okay for you guys. It's okay on my phone. Are we still okay? Yeah, we're still good. Must just be on my end then. That's alright though. $81 votes. We're big time on this channel. We are big time. We are big. Alright, let's get it back then. 82 votes. Am I a mank? Who knows? Who knows? I don't want to say where I live. Brighton, there we go. Brighton have won the vote. Or have they lost the vote technically? So we've got Brighton going in at 8th. So that's our mid-table section done. So relegated, done. Lower mid-table, done. See you later, mate. Mid-table, done. European spots. European spots. We're sounding good? All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. What do we reckon? Do we still want to go bottom to top, or do we want to now change and go top to bottom? What do you guys fancy? I've got to say that the prediction is still reasonably on track with what I've done. There's no team more than like two places away from what I thought. Sorry. Someone again saying 5th will have Champions League. Can someone confirm that for me? I'm happy to check it myself, but it does mean I'm just going to look away for a second. I'm not losing interest. I'm just checking that. PL Champions League qualification. Go for something like that. Oh, hang on. We're out of focus here. Here we go. I mean, everything I'm seeing... Hang on. Oh, no, you're right. The Premier League did release something 22 hours ago. Let me have a look. Let me read into it real quick. Can I get it up on screen for you guys? Not right now, sorry. For the first time in Premier League history, the 23-24 season could have, so not will, could have 5 teams qualifying for the Champions League through their league positions. So, if the Premier League clubs provide one of the top 2 performances for a nation in this season's Champions League, Europa League and Conference League, then the team that finishes in 5th will get Champions League football next season. So if European clubs do well, if the English teams do well in Europe this season, it means that 5th spot will get Champions League. Interesting. That's really good to know. So yeah, we'll probably know towards the end of the season. Okay, for now we're going to keep it like this. We'll do it like this for now, just the typical format. But consider whoever's in 5th might get Champions League football. Really interesting. Who we got in 7th though? My dear friends. How are you guys still on mid-table? We've just gone past mid-table. We had a little break in between, I swear. So we've got Newcastle in 7th according to FP. It's actually where I have them in my prediction. Someone saying Villa, United champion. Okay, let's get a poll up for 7th. Start a poll. 7th, we're going to go for Newcastle. Sorry, I'm not putting United on the end of it. I'm just lazy. We'll go for Villa. I'm not putting Aston in front of it. I'm just lazy. Chelsea. Just Chelsea. And Liverpool. Newcastle is on fire. Someone says Villa IMO because of no... Liverpool, sorry. IMO because of no DM. There you go. Poll is up. Is there an FPL league for the channel? There is. If you go to the community page on YouTube, you'll be able to see I posted it on Friday, I think it was. So you'll be able to find it there. If not, I will do another community post tonight, re-advertising the league again. We're going to do like a custom trophy for the winner. For whoever wins, that will be sent to you. So yeah, you can either find it on the community page already on the channel, or I will do a post tonight. So keep an eye out for it. Anyone is welcome to join. You can tell other people to join as well if you want. Yeah. Still got 131 people in here, by the way. That's incredible. Do I think Medjbury will stay, especially with the sale of McTominay and Fred? I think he's still probably likely to get a loan move. Harvey Barnes is overrated, but his performance in preseason is trying to convince me. I haven't seen him in preseason yet. I've watched some of the Newcastle preseason games, but that was before Harvey Barnes came in. So I haven't actually seen him yet. Good point. Do I think the new rule about added time will affect Newcastle in the Premier League? Of course, Newcastle, known for their time wasting last season, it could hit them hard. It could. I think it's going to hit a lot of teams hard, though. What are your thoughts on the new rules in general? I don't like it personally. I don't think it's needed. I think players are fatiguing. So at the moment, we've got Villa on 70%. We've got Newcastle on 8%, Chelsea 14%, Liverpool 8%. Medjbury's last loan didn't go well. I hope he gets a better loan this season. Yeah, it's all about finding the right club, the right environments for these players. What is the right environment for Medjbury? I'm not sure at the moment, but it needs to be a team which wants to play, quote, nice football, because that's what United want to do. Harvey Barnes scored against Villarreal. He is a very efficient winger. I do plan on watching that game back at some point, so yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts on it once I've watched it. Villa still winning the vote at the moment. Chelsea next, then Newcastle, then Liverpool. What's the reason most of you have kind of... Why do you think Villa might be held back a little bit compared to the others? What is it that separates them from the others, in your opinion? For example, what makes Newcastle better than Villa? I'm not saying I disagree with you guys. Just what do you think makes the difference there. I'll tell you the order of my top 7 if you want. No, I won't. I'll tell you later. Change my mind there real quick. Depth, Conference League, fair enough, reasonable. Obviously, Newcastle will have European football. Too many games. I don't think their defence is that good. Lack of defensive improvements. Reasonable points. Fair enough. Like I said, I won't disagree with you guys. Just want to know your thoughts. We've hit 60 votes on the poll, though, and I didn't even have to ask. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, we're putting Aston Villa in 7th. Well done, Villa. You're getting European football again. Good performance. Next on the poll was Chelsea, which means Chelsea in 6th. Then next we had Newcastle. So is this where you guys are at with the table at the moment? Because Villa got 68% that last vote. Then it was Chelsea. Then it was Newcastle. Then it was Liverpool. So are you guys happy with this table, or do you think it's off? I'm okay with it. I don't mind it. It's slightly off the order I had, but it's not far off at all. It's off. Someone thumbs up. I'd pick Chelsea ahead of Newcastle. Same. Villa and Chelsea above Newcastle. But unfortunately, Villa just got voted into 7th. Chelsea 5th, Newcastle 6th. Chelsea 5th, Villa 6th, Newcastle 7th. Chelsea no Europe, so maybe higher for me. Okay, let's take them back out. We're keeping Villa in 7th because they just won that vote to finish 7th. We're going to go for a poll on Chelsea and Newcastle. Yeah, is that right? Does that sound about right to you guys? So this one's going to be who finishes higher, okay? So on this one, you are voting for which team is going to finish higher out of these teams. No, the word higher doesn't have a B in it. Newcastle and Chelsea. Do we want Liverpool included? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, and the situation here is whoever gets the highest vote here. No, we're not including Liverpool. We're not including Liverpool. Change my mind. Newcastle, Chelsea. Who finishes higher? You are voting for who finishes higher this season. Once I press post, that would probably help. Here we go. Who is going to finish higher in the Premier League this season? Newcastle or Chelsea? Chelsea have in their team probably what's the starting 11. Robert Sanchez or Kepa in goal. Decent. Left back, Chilwell or Cucurella. Decent. Right back, Reece James or Malo Gusto. Incredible. Centre backs, Colwill and Thiago Silva probably. Fofana out for most of the season. Badia Chile to come back later on. Decent. The midfield's really concerning. Enzo Fernandez is the standout. Conor Gallagher, Chukwuemeka, Noah Nkunku early in the season. Who else do they have in midfield? Who do Chelsea have in midfield? Disasi, good point. Chelsea also have Disasi at centre back. Very good point. Forgot about him. Okay. Who do you think is starting for Chelsea this season at centre back? I would like to see Colwill and Thiago Silva. But let me know what you think. And what we're going to do is quickly have a look at the Chelsea squad. All right, the stream has settled down on my end now, so hopefully it's good for you guys as well. Let me try find the Chelsea team, if you give me a second. Andre Santos. He's had a really good preseason, actually. I have watched a lot of Chelsea, you're right. Yeah, he's had a really good preseason. Linked with a couple of load moves. I think I saw him linked with someone. Brighton? Might have made that up, though. Bit of lag here. Here we go. Here we have Chelsea squad for this season. Get rid of the advert. If you ain't paying me, you're not getting promotion. So, this is Chelsea's squad for this season. Just have a look through. Ian Martin, another player who's had or Matson, I'm not sure how you say it. Another player who's had a really good preseason. Is it Casadei? Is that how you say that name? Or is it Casadei? Chelsea has the better squad to cope with the season and the idea of no European competition and Pochettino being very good. Yeah, I agree with all those points. No team chemistry in Chelsea at the moment. Confidence is high in Newcastle. Fair point. I think Chelsea have looked a bit more together in pre-season though. I think that is something which Pochettino will bring. But yeah, as someone said there, and Nkunku being out for about 16 weeks, nearly at Christmas time by then, is a loss. It's a huge loss. I feel really sorry for him. Really, really sorry for him. He's of course been waiting for this move for quite a while. But yeah, for those that are interested, this is the Chelsea squad which we are looking at. Midfield's really concerning. Really, really concerning. In terms of top level, Enzo Fernandez. Conor McGallagher's good in the right system. He does a very good job. Chukwuemeka, potential. And same with like Andre Santos. There's a few midfielders there with real potential. But aye. Mudryk became 50 million. Not sure what's going on there. But yeah, the midfield is light. System players and different systems. Good point. Very, very good way of assessing it. Caicedo would change it though. Absolutely. But I believe that our poll is approaching the number of votes we need. 67. Can we get 3 more votes? Can I squeeze 3 votes out of you guys? Yeah, they need 2 good midfielders. Tyler Adams and Caicedo is a really good shout. Do they need an extra one now with an Nkunku problem? Question. I saw this on Twitter earlier. João Felix on loan till January? Let me know what you think. João Felix to kind of replace Nkunku, basically. If it's an absolute no, let me know. If you think it's a good idea, let me know. Again, I just saw it online earlier, so I want to get your thoughts on it. Right, we've got 72 votes at the moment. Chelsea on 65%, Newcastle on 35%. I'll give it 30 more seconds, then we'll close the vote. So if you do think that Newcastle are going to finish higher than Chelsea, get in that poll right now. If you think Chelsea are going to finish higher, get in that poll right now. If you are a human, press that subscribe button right now. And if you're a robot, to be fair, why not? Chelsea fans, what do you think? He's saying Kubo is a good player. I think he is a brilliant player. A decent option. It's a different shout to what I've seen. I believe you said about him earlier as well. It's something I'd have to look into more, though. Can we get one more vote on this poll, just so it's at 75? It'd be a nice number to finish on. I think there's a difference of class between the top 3 and the rest of the 4 teams. So I've seen a lot of people saying that, but then people are coming up with different top 3s, which is really quite interesting. Because, who was it? I was watching someone the other day who think City, Arsenal, Liverpool are a class apart. Right, we're going to end the poll there. 75 votes, thank you very much. Chelsea, 64% of them. Someone do the maths on how many that is, because I'm not going to. Oh, 76 votes in the end. How have we got 64% for Chelsea, 35% for Newcastle? Weird. Can you look at Anthony, do a breakdown? Coming out tomorrow morning. I recorded it earlier, it's fully edited. I just need to sort out a thumbnail, then it will be uploaded in the morning. So, yes, is the answer to your question. But we do have Newcastle finishing in 6th. We do have Chelsea in 5th. And just on that, Ali making a really good point. Chelsea had 3 managers in one season. They were never going to do that well. Hopefully they're, for the sake of Chelsea, hopefully they're more settled. Hi, Codename Mate. Good to see you. I've been missing you during the stream. Glad you could join in. Hope you're well. Good to see you in the chat once again. It's time for the top 4, though. Now, this might be where some bias comes in from the Manchester United fans in chat. Let's try and avoid bias. Try and think about it as logically as possible. Okay? We have Liverpool. You don't have to apologise, mate. I hope you had a good day at work. If you want to watch the stream back, it will be saved as a video on YouTube. You just have to press the live section of my channel. I hope you're well. Just so you're aware, I will be going live on Friday afternoon as well. I'm seeing Liverpool 4th, Liverpool 4th. Liverpool, no DM, but United, no striker. Does Rasmus Højlund address that? Maybe. Someone saying Man United is so underrated they will finish second. With Amrabat, Man United genuinely have the best midfield. I'm just seeing Liverpool spams. For me, it's a pure coin toss. Should we get a coin? Just do it like that. Thoughts on Mark Jurado? Not seen him enough. Looked bright from what I have seen, but not seen enough to really come to a conclusion. Liverpool not cracking top 4. Slight problem there. We've already got them in the top 4, but let me know where you think they would finish. Top 6 from Tommy Boyle. Manchester City 1st, Manchester United 2nd, Arsenal 3rd, Chelsea 4th, Liverpool 5th, Newcastle 6th. United 1st if we get Amrabat and Todibo. If not, City, then United, then Arsenal, then Liverpool. This is what I love though. Everyone has different predictions. Positions 2 to 4, you might as well toss a coin or use a random number generator. If people really want that, we can. Liverpool 6th. I think Liverpool suffer. They need a left centre-back and Pavard and Lavia and Andre or Sangare. Yeah, they need a ball-winning midfielder and they just don't have it at the moment, which is concerning. Eric saying United 2nd or 3rd. 17.8k subscribers, brilliant. We are so close to 18,000, which at the start of the year was my target for the end of the year. I really want to hit 18,000 subscribers by the weekend. So if you haven't subscribed, if you could please, I don't want to beg, but please, if you could please subscribe to a channel, it would be massively, massively appreciated. And also like the video, comment, get in chat, let me know your thoughts, a little bit of everything. So there's some people saying Liverpool 5th or 6th, which completely fair enough. Obviously, how we've done the poll so far, they were above Chelsea, Newcastle, and etc. in the poll. So I think we need Liverpool 4th, right? I think if they could sign a ball-winning midfielder who can also control tempo, big change. They also need other positions, though. That's the problem. There's disagreement. Okay, put in chat 4th, 5th, or 6th for Liverpool, okay? Literally just put like a number and 2 letters. Don't put any explanation. I'm going to gauge it from there. If too many of you want Liverpool down, I will move them down. I'm going to try keep count. So we've got 5th, 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 4th, 4th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 4th, 5th. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep putting it in. But if you've said it once already, don't say it again. Don't spam. I want to get a fair result here. 5th, 5th, 4th, 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 5th, 4th, 4th, 5th, 4th. Fish finger, stop spamming. 6th, 4th/5th. Like I said, if you've said it once, don't say it again. Okay, we need a poll. We need a poll. We need a poll. We need a poll. Liverpool. Not sure why I said like that. See, so does some of you guys think Chelsea over Liverpool? Is that what we're saying here? Here we go. Fourth, wish they were relegated. Maybe. Should we, guys, like most of us here are United fans, a couple of Chelsea fans. Is anyone here a Liverpool fan? Because if I'm not, should we just do that? Like, no one will mind, will they? No one will mind too much, I'm sure. Yeah? I'm kidding. If you're a Liverpool fan, I'm kidding. But it's tempting. A lot of people want them in a relegation zone. Don't worry, I'm not putting them in a relegation zone. Don't worry. It's literally 50-50 right now. We've got 48 votes. 24 are saying 4th, 24 are saying 5th. A lot of people want Liverpool relegated. We had them in 21st there, I think. Fair enough. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not actually going to put them down there. Yeah, League One. We could go down a division. Sorry, if you're a Liverpool fan watching this, I'm sorry. I know a couple as well, so they might be watching this. Sorry. I'm not sorry in the slightest. 57 votes so far. We need to get 70, I reckon. Because this is the closest poll we've had so far. So if you have a strong opinion on this, or if you have an opinion in general, or if you have a brain, if you classify as a human, or an animal, or a robot, anything. If you're a cat, I don't care. Vote. Vote, 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 vote. Because we have 51% to 49% at the moment. This is ridiculously close. We're on 62 votes. Keep voting, keep voting. Love to see Liverpool and Arsenal fans suffer. If I hire a mod, can you ban Callum? That's disgusting behaviour. If Chelsea can finish 5th because of no European football, why can't Spurs finish in 5th also? People writing off Spurs. Yeah, I would have Spurs higher than what we've got them overall. This was obviously like a group vote. 68 votes. Come on. Couple more votes. Couple more votes. There's 144 people here right now. 2 of you can vote. Spurs stink. Fair enough. 145 people watching. Press vote. Liverpool. Where will they finish? 4th or 5th? Liverpool's attack is nice. The problem with Liverpool is the midfield is so confusing. It's very good players. McAllister, very good. Szoboszlai, very good. Last night they played Gakpo there. Hi Deadshot, good to see you, mate. Hope you're good. Curtis Jones is another option. Thiago's another option. They've been linked with Lavia. They've been linked with Andre. None of them are physical, proper ball-winning midfielders. I'm not drunk, I promise. None of them are physical ball-winning midfielders. I just fear for them on transition. I just think they could get destroyed. Like Manchester City, if Manchester City are going to go long up to Haaland, De Bruyne's going to get on the second ball, who's going to stop him in that team? Trent Alexander-Arnold inverting, he's doing very well there. Defensively, he's doing very well there. On the counter-press, he's good. But I just think that midfield lacks the defensive athleticism and ball-winning ability and physicality. Look at Manchester City last season. In defensive transition, they had Stones, they had Rodri, they had Diaz, they had the speed of Kyle Walker, they had Akanji. Liverpool don't have that. Robertson looks poor in his new role. He's just not playing it right. Klopp said the same last night. He said, we can't have one fullback in midfield and the other overlapping. But Robertson is overlapping. So Klopp's essentially calling out one of his players there, and it is Robertson. So that's a concern. Can we get 2 more votes? We're up to 78. We're going to push 80. Why not? Depending on the next few weeks, and of course the integration of Højlund, I honestly believe United could take the title this year. I think United are closer than they've been for a long time. I don't quite think they'll get there. I don't quite think they've got enough. But United are there or thereabouts. If United master the transition thing Ten Hag is trying to get them to master, Liverpool are getting screwed over at Old Trafford and maybe even in Anfield. As a United fan, it'd be nice to see. I'd like that revenge. I don't think Liverpool will get battered still this season just because they still have a lot of quality in their team. But yeah, the balance is concerning for them. Is Højlund injured? Yes, for a few weeks at least. Can we get 1 more vote, please, guys? Literally just 1 vote. You know what? I'll make up the vote. Oh no, someone else done it. Thank you. 80 votes. Supposedly a few weeks for Rasmus Højlund. 81 votes. Liverpool have finished a vote in 4th. Am I playing FPL? I am indeed playing FPL. There is going to be, or there is already, an FPL league which you guys can join for this channel. It will be linked on the community page, or it's already linked on the community page, or I will do another post this evening, and we are going to get a customized trophy for the winner. So get involved. But Liverpool won the vote in 4th there. So now we have our top 3. We're getting there. We're getting towards the end. Stay tuned. Manchester City, Arsenal, Manchester United. Sorry, just stretching. Been sitting here a long time. What have we got here? Because this is where it gets sticky. I feel with time as we adjust to his Ten Hag style of play, we could go on to second or even compete for the league. I'm seeing United second, United third. Champions League, Premier League and FA Cup is United. Arsenal first. City third. I've seen that said a few times in there. I see joke formations for Liverpool where Robertson is the highest player on the pitch. Yeah, I just don't understand. Loads of people in chat putting their opinion. If you say a position once, you don't need to put it more than once. I will see it. If I don't see a message and you want to guarantee that I see your message, if you've got something interesting to say, do use a super chat. It guarantees that I will see what you say, and any money goes to a camera or a mic, but don't feel that you have to. This is really split. I'll tell you what to do. As we're largely a Manchester United channel, I'm just going to put Manchester United in a poll. Just that team. And we're going to go third, second, first, okay? And just vote what you think. Like I said, I know a lot of you are Manchester United fans on here, so let's really get involved in this one. I want a minimum of 80. There's 143 of you here right now, which is incredible. But get in the poll. Vote, vote, vote. The first votes were first and third. Arsenal giving us a guard of honour at Old Trafford. Do we play them late in the season? Target third, realistically. Fourth, please be realistic. Yeah, that's the important thing here. We are a channel and a section of the internet with ball knowledge. Real good ball knowledge. So let's keep bias out of it. I am a Manchester United fan. Personally, I think we will finish third this season. That's my prediction. I think third is where Manchester United will finish this year. Maybe fourth, probably battling out with Liverpool, but I think the squad's just a bit more balanced than Liverpool, which gives them that extra edge. But don't get me wrong, second is possible as well. Because it's a good team. Did anyone have Arsenal in their top two last season? No. So any of this top seven could break the top three quite comfortably. Any of this top nine could break the top three. Genuinely believe that. No chance that Arsenal are better than us. Fair enough. I'll stick us third because our striker alternatives are muck. City to clear best. Arsenal second. United third. Second and third closer. City clear by 5 points. Arsenal and United 2 to 3 points apart. That would be a really good season for United, I think. Because as Mr. Popo says there, right on cue, the league is, in my opinion, the strongest it has ever been. Injuries, everything. So much comes into this. Injuries, luck, fixture congestion. So much comes into it rather than just who has the better players. Which team can manage injuries better? Which team's got the squad depth? So much comes into it. United third, Arsenal second, Man City first. I can see United push for second with Ten Hag demanding for more wins, especially away from home. I want to do a video at some point on Manchester United's away form. I just don't know how to do it really, but I'm gonna try and work on it because we need to figure out the problem there. It's probably just going to take quite a lot of research. Do I think City's charges will take effect this year? It's a good question because obviously if it does, that could be a big hit. But truthfully, I just don't think they're going to get charged. That's not an educated opinion. It's just my feeling. I just don't think they will. Tommy Boyle saying Villa will be the surprise package this year. Fancy them for the League Cup or FA Cup. Yeah, I could see them, or the Conference League. Add some chaos to the table. The table rarely turns out as we expected. Mark, I want you to give me one team which you would like to put some chaos into. And I'll see what everyone's thoughts are. Because I like the idea. I love a bit of chaos. I've lost... Where's... Here we are. Sorry, but just having a little bit of lag. 76 votes so far, and I haven't had to ask you guys. That's brilliant. Thank you. Can we get 4 more votes? 4 more votes. And also, I want to keep an eye on Mark. If someone sees Mark's message, I want to see where what team he puts in for a bit of chaos. It was Mark that said it, right? Trying to read chat. Again, if you want to guarantee I see your message, leave a super chat. There's a lot of messages here. Why do I think Ten Hag likes McTominay so much? I don't think he likes him that much because he hasn't really played. But I think physically he is a good profile. He's a good physical specimen, homegrown, things like that. I don't think United are necessarily refusing to sell him. I think they're refusing to sell him for that price. The right bid comes in, I think he'll go still. Come on, Mark. I'm waiting for your shout. Add some chaos to the table. How many votes are we on? 84. Whew. I want 85, though. I want a nice number to finish. Tommy Boyle's chaos is Villa and Brighton, 3rd and 4th. Who are you taking out? Because that is chaos. I like it. Do a poll who finishes higher, United or Arsenal. This kind of does it, to be fair, in a way. Because if the poll has United 2nd, for example, it probably suggests Arsenal 3rd. Some more chaos. I like it. Luton not relegated due to home form. That would be such a good story for the Premier League. Some people with some brilliant shouts in the chat here, which I really like. Get to 100 votes. Do I like the United 3rd kit? I do. I was asked about it last Friday and I hadn't seen it at the time. Little bit like an old school Liverpool kit, but I do like it. I do like it. Can we get 100 people to vote, though? If United turn those batterings of last season into wins or draws, we can get 2nd, but more likely 3rd. I've realised the flaw in our poll here. We've got 39% of people are saying 3rd. So I want to pick 3rd. But at the same time, that means 61% are saying top 2. I'll tell you what, we'll see how the poll ends, and then if it comes down to it, I'll make the final decision. But don't worry, at the end of when we finish the table, you guys can make one change. You can swap 2 teams or move someone, okay? So we will do that at the end. We'll get it to 100 votes, then I'll give my opinion on United, and I'll back it up as well. Oops, apologies for that. Should have just done 3rd or 2nd. Yeah, you're not wrong. I probably should have done that. Always close. Okay, we're not going to add them together. We're just going to do whatever position gets the most votes. That's what we're going off. So I don't care if 1st and 2nd have got combined of this percentage. Whatever individual position has the highest percentage, that is what we will go for. At the moment, we've got 39%, 38%. It's close. It's now switched 38, 39. It's so close. I'm going to leave it going because loads of people are voting on this, which is great. I'll give it a minute. Start the clock. Okay, I'll give it a minute from now. The people who voted 1st would probably be saying 2nd if 1st wasn't there. It's true. Should I just toss a coin at this point? My dear friend here in the chat who goes by the name of MUFC ETH, of course, Manchester United FC, Eric Ten Hag, is really backing the top 2 vote here. Just spamming United. United, United, United. This poll is ridiculously close. I didn't think it would... I thought this would be the big talking point of the video. I didn't think it would be quite like this, though. Okay. We're going to do another poll. We're just going to do 3rd and 2nd. But I ask one thing of you. Don't be biased. Vote for what you genuinely believe that this football team is capable of, okay? I didn't have to want to do this again. Second, third. Just be genuine, be honest. Completely honest. Like I said, this is a channel where we are smart. We break down the tactics, the philosophies, everything which comes into it. Let me know who you think. If you genuinely believe second, go for it. If you genuinely believe third, go for it. If you're interested in my opinion, I would go third. That's my opinion. I have done a competition with some friends and family. I've gone for United third in that competition. But I think this is going to come out as second. We're looking for low votes here. We're only going to go for like 70 odd votes on this one. Apologies if you can hear dogs in the background. Codename saying Mark Goldbridge even has United winning the Champions League. I respect the optimism. I think United could do well in the Champions League this year. All right, let's get to 60 votes, guys. 60 votes and then we'll call it. Can't stand another City League title, to be honest. Fair enough. Why would I put United third? Explain it. Yeah, fair enough. I just think the balance of City and Arsenal is just a little bit better. I really like the midfield of Declan Rice, and if they play Declan Rice, Thomas Partey and Odegaard for Arsenal, that midfield is so good. And I think the big thing, I think City and Arsenal will concede less than Manchester United. United still have a lot of players which like to play quite fast at times. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, to give the examples, which will see overturns in possession, which could lead to goals being leaked at the back, which is my genuine concern. I don't think Arsenal and City have that as much. Also, I don't think United quite score as much either, so that's why. I think it's close. I think United will do really well this season, but I think it's third. I think it's third. Someone like Hamrabat, though, if he signs for United, it does address that to an extent, so who knows? Like I said, I don't think it's clear cut. I don't think it's black and white, this side, that side. I think it's so close to what this is going to be. All right, we're ending the vote there. We are putting United in second place. United go into second place, which means, okay, we're not doing a poll on this one, no matter what. Arsenal, where do they finish? AJ should do a Champions League live stream version of this. Sounds like a good idea. When the Champions League draw is done, we could do like a live reaction to the group stage plus a prediction. I like it. Does anyone know when the date is for that? If anyone knows the date of the Champions League draw, let me know and I'll write it down, pencil it in now, because I like the idea of that. I think we should be a bit more optimistic. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, second's pretty optimistic. Anyway, give me a number and 2 letters. Do Arsenal finish in third, or do they finish in first? Yeah, I will do this for the Champions League. On the day of the draw, I'll react to it and also do like a predictions video or stream. Mr. J just subscribed. Thank you very much. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy it. Loads of content coming. Someone saying one tip for my channel is to post YouTube shorts. Good suggestion. I'm starting it on Tuesday next week. So, yep. Great minds think alike. Mr. J's saying third because their striker is a problem for Arsenal. That is true. I don't know that Havertz scores enough goals. Jesus missing the start of the season. But on the flip side of that, Arsenal do have quite a favourable start to the season. That momentum could be big. Do you think Martinez stepping into midfield more for Manchester United will be good dictation of tempo? Yeah, it's something I've spoke about quite a lot, like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago that United should do. So I've been really happy to see it in pre-season. The Community Shield curse as well. Yeah, by the way, the reason I didn't do the Community Shield game was because I done a poll and no one wanted it, so that's why we didn't do it. Yeah, I'm not saying goals are a problem for Arsenal in the sense that they won't score goals. I mean more of, in a big moment, do they have a true goal scorer in the way that City do? Not sure. but they do spread the goals about quite nicely. Again, this is really close. If I say Arsenal third, I'm not saying they're terrible, won't get close. I think they're very good. I think they're one of the best teams in the world at the moment. I think this whole top 6, 7, 8, 9 is good teams. If United were to sell McTominay, would I rather sign Onana or Lavia? Lavia for me. United could buy a striker after those sales. We just don't know. It could happen, or maybe even a loan. Okay, I think I'm seeing everyone in third. One person saying first. So we're gonna put Arsenal in third, and Manchester City top of the table. We'll react to that in a second. Congratulations, we've finished the tier list. I need a drink. Okay, someone's saying 31st of August. A few people have said that for the Champions League. Anyone know what day that is? Let me just have a quick look. That'd be a Thursday. No, it's not vodka. It's water. Although, maybe next stream. 31st of August. So maybe late in August we'll do a stream on the Thursday and on the Friday. We could do a Thursday stream where we talk about live reaction to the group draw and also predict the competition. Pardon me. And then on the Friday, do a Premier League preview. Absolutely, we can do that. Do a Todibo video. I'm working on it. I'm researching it. I've got it written down over here somewhere. The research is underway. Need to get this video nice and in-depth. There is a Todibo video already on the channel from about a month to 5-6 weeks ago. So that is on the channel. If you want to check it out, feel free to go do that. Leave a like on that video, comments, let me know your thoughts. In terms of this, though, I think we done well. Thanks for coming, Mr. J. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Good to see you in the stream. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you enjoy all the content on the channel. Anyone that's interested, we will be streaming at the same time on Friday afternoon. It might be half an hour later, but it will be around the same time period. But after 2 hours, we finally got our tier list done. Yes! What's next? Yeah, unfortunately, well, depends who you support. This does have City doing the quad, or the 4P, I should say. Winning it 4 times in a row. Ay, ay, ay. Vinny Junior 7 saying you are underrated. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate that. Hopefully, we can grow, especially if you subscribe to the channel. So thank you very much for the kind words. Someone saying they don't agree with Tottenham and they think they will surprise a lot of people. Yeah, I think this is a little low for Spurs, personally. Because I think they'll do well. Okay, I'll tell you what, actually, we haven't finished our tier list. I changed my mind. We can make one change to this. Tommy Boyle saying he likes my style and he's subbed. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it. Been a pleasure talking to you in the chat so far. Hope you're enjoying the stream. There's loads of content on the channel if you want to check it out. Loads more coming out. So I'm going to go watch the Todibo video now. See you in a bit, mate. We can change one position here, okay? We can move a team. Now, don't be biased or anything like that. Be realistic. Which one of these teams do you think is just out? Like, you might have been not in the stream when we done the team. Do you think Luton will stay up? Are Villa way too low, way too high? Are Fulham too high, too low? Palace, are they going to surprise us? Let me know one which you would change. Yeah, Mark, you said about Chaos Pick. Could you let me know your Chaos Pick? People saying move United to first. Unfortunately, that poll did not have United in first. You can think that fair enough, but I just don't think, well, I just don't think that will be the case, sorry. ZFB is saying, Arsenal fan here. Welcome to the channel. Sorry we've got you in third. Let me know where you think you'll finish. I like your objective analysis. Well done. Your channel will grow massively because of this. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy the content. I might be covering Arsenal's first game of the Premier League season. Don't hold me to that, but there's a chance. So look out for that video. Someone saying swap Chelsea and Liverpool. Bournemouth relegated instead of Wolves. Brighton 12th. Where have we got them at the moment? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. I'll be honest, I don't know how many titles City have in total. Maybe someone can check that for you. Codename saying, I think Newcastle will go to top 4 and Liverpool will go out of top 4. Someone saying Spurs will be 7th. Switch Spurs and Villa. I don't know how I'm going to pick one of these suggestions. Okay, one word. Tommy Boyle wants to swap Luton with Liverpool. I don't hate it. I don't mind that idea. Everyone give me just a one word, the team which you think is in the wrong place. I'll find out what team has said the most, then we'll find a new position for them, okay? So, one word, or 2 words if it's a 2-word team. Let me know which of these teams you want to move. Don't tell me where you want to move them, just literally give me a club name. So I'm seeing Spurs, I'm seeing Arsenal, I'm seeing Liverpool, Spurs. Again, just give me one name. Don't tell me where to move them for now. Just literally say a football club which you want to move. And I'm going to try and keep track. So Spurs are the front runners here for sure. And if you've already said a name once, you don't need to go again. I'll make sure to read it, don't worry. West Ham, Burnley, Spurs, United, City, Spurs, Burnley, Luton, Spurs. I'll give it another 30 seconds, then I'll kind of gauge which team I think has been said the most. Newcastle, Man City. Yeah, I saw you saying Arsenal 5th, sorry. Maybe I didn't read it out loud. Apologies. I think Spurs are top at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think this league is going to be so competitive. It should be, hopefully, the best Premier League season we've ever seen. And best believe, I'm going to be covering so much of it. Minimum of 3 games on the opening weekend, as long as they're not draws. Loads of coverage coming this season, especially in August. There's going to be a lot of it, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe for it. Okay, people are saying Spurs. Spurs has kind of won this vote. So now, we're going to move Spurs, okay? Currently, we have them in 9th, which I agree with moving them, because I wouldn't have them this low. I'll find out where I put them in a second. Let me know, though, now a number. Where do you want Spurs? If you say 9, I'll be confused. So we're going to move Spurs. It is now up to you guys where we are going to move them to. Do I think Pep will change his system? His system was a little bit different in the Community Shield game. It weren't the same box midfield in the same way anyway. It was like the fullbacks were pushing a little bit higher. John Stones wasn't pushing into midfield. So, yeah, Pep certainly could change his system because he does it a lot. Let me just look where I had Spurs in my preseason predictions, which I done yesterday, I believe it was. Let me just have a quick look. Trying to load it. Sorry for this question, but do you think Todibo could have the same potential as Saliba at Arsenal? I think he does personally. I've watched quite a few times, but don't know how Barca let him go. I think the reason that he was let go from Barcelona was because of off-the-pitch issues. He's admitted that himself, that his behaviour wasn't very good off the pitch. I don't think he's got the potential to be as good as Saliba. I think Saliba's a real top player, but I think kind of stylistically I certainly see the similarities, and I think he'd be a good signing. Spurs to 20th if no Kane. Should United look at Ivan Toney? I think he'd be a great fit. Can you get him cheap now? Play him in January? Or do you go for the move in January? Not too sure, but maybe. It's not a horrible idea. I quite like it. For a bit of context, I had Spurs 8th. Is where I predicted them. So let me figure out where you guys have got them. We got 20th with no Kane. 7th, 11th, 5th to 8th, 11th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 7th, 6th. I think 7th's being said the most at the moment. Fabrizio Romano has just said Todibo is our top priority, suggesting Maguire is leaving. I haven't had the notification for that, have I? Yes, I have. Let me read it to you right now, guys. Thanks, E. I appreciate the notice. It says, Todibo, Manchester United priority target, not the only one on the list if Maguire leaves. As revealed 2 days ago, contact already took place. Keep your eyes on Todibo then. I will be researching it. Okay, I'm not sure where to put Spurs here. AJ, the news reporter. Please, no. I don't want to be a news reporter. Live streaming is hard enough. Alright. Spurs was voted as the position which needs to be changed. We're going to go 6th. We're going to go 7th. We're going to go 8th. Probably the final poll of the live stream. Let me know where you think Spurs should go. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Hang on. Here we go. That's an interesting point. Charles Brown saying maybe 78 points will win the league this year. I don't think 78 points will win the league this season, but I do think it will be a lower tally than what it's been recently, because if we're saying the league's more competitive, it should mean that teams are taking more points off the likes of City, for example. So I think higher than 78 still, but I think we'll see a reduction from those 100s which were hit the other season. Could anyone tell me what Manchester City hit last season? If you can't, it's not a problem. I don't know if FP is still here. FP, could you tell me how many points Manchester City got last season? Again, don't feel you have to. But I know you love a little stat. Someone saying 89, Fishfinger. Look at Callum bringing the news in here. Callum, you're slow, mate. We've already addressed that. 89 points for Manchester City last season. Thank you very much. I think maybe, 85 maybe this season then, do we reckon? Around that? Look, you got everyone said 89, straight on it. Appreciate you guys for the help. At the moment, Spurs are being moved to 7th. So we'll push Villa down. And Brighton, of course. They're on 57%. Was working, your pleb. Callum, no offensive language, please. City gets like ridiculous points and everyone takes off each other. I think City will be clear. That's the other option. There's two ways it goes. It's either super competitive, super close, and no one really pulls away, or one team's going to be a mile clear. Yeah, so someone's saying, so United have got a chance. Genuinely they do. Yeah. Do I think Manchester United will win the Premier League? No. I think they will finish 3rd. Do they have a chance? The best chance they've had in a while. Because it's such a competitive Premier League season. So yeah, they definitely could. At the moment, Spurs are on 54%. How many votes we got? 26 on this one. People losing interest. Fair enough. Don't blame you. We'll wrap it up there for that vote. 7th. City shouldn't be allowed to win at all costs. Right, we're pushing Spurs up to here in place of Aston Villa. Aston Villa come down. That is our final Premier League table prediction. Someone screenshot it. I'm going to get a picture of it real quick now. There we go. Maybe we'll come back to this at the end of the season and like react to it. Just our like literally the table we have. We could do that in a live stream at the end of the year. Someone saying, can United win the Champions League? Can they? Yes. Will they? I don't think so. But again, they're in the running for it. United are very good this year, in my opinion. It could go either way. You know, it could be a struggle. It could be 5th and a quarterfinals in the Champions League. It could be 2nd and a semi-final. It's going to be a difficult year. But I think all these teams can compete. So I think that's where we leave the stream for today. Because we've been going for 2 hours, 15 minutes. I'm a little bit tired of talking. My voice is going a little bit, throat's a bit dry. You know, running out of vodka. So I think we're going to leave the stream for there. I want to say thank you to anybody that's tuned in. Anyone that has kind of pressed on the stream. Particularly anyone who has liked, who has subscribed during the stream, anyone who's left a chat. Ali with the super chat again, the absolute legend that he is. I hope you have all enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the content. The next stream will be Friday afternoon. But yeah, apart from that, enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. And now we have that awkward bit where I try and find the button to end stream. I'll see you all in the next one.